Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Live with BaldyPal. We are back, and these are my co-hosts, Rachel and Gary. Rachel, how are you this evening?
Better than I deserve. What could I complain about?
What could you complain about? That's good that you can't think of anything. Gary, what is up, my friend from Alabama?
Say nothing much, man. Living my best life.
Good deal. Internet's working in Salem, I see.
Yes, it is. Yeah, without a hitch.
Melanie's here, one of the first ones in the chat. How are you this evening? Thank you so much. And Christy as well. How are you doing tonight? We are doing wonderful. Very wonderful. Hello to everybody. Hey, Christy. Hey, Gary. I said, get ready, everybody. And Melanie is ready for this. Woo! It's been 2 weeks since our last conversation. I hope everybody's having a great time. I went to Nashville. I had a little honky tonk good time.
Vegas.
Nashville.
I keep hearing that it's a lot like Vegas over there.
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Gary, you ever been to Nashville? I feel like
yeah. Nashville's fun. Yeah,
you ever been there, Rachel?
Oh yeah, Drew's from just an hour from there in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, that's where he was born and raised.
Tell you what, downtown, it was awesome. Like in the middle of the Friday afternoon, it was jam-packed. Like I didn't expect that. I thought maybe later in the evening. That's why we went for like the lunchtime break, thinking it would be easier to get a table and stuff like that. I was way wrong.
Trying to get the early bird special.
Yeah, man, it was packed no matter where you went. Hattie B's Chicken was the place we wanted to go. It had a line out the door and a 1 hour and a half wait, and it was 37 degrees outside. I was like, no way.
Oof, too cold for that. What was the best thing you did in Nashville?
What was the best thing? So we went there for a church retreat. It was a couple's church retreat. And one of the best things we did in Nashville was the dinner on the first night we were there. There was a, at the retreat, the Gaylord Opryland Resort, they have a steakhouse. It was called Old Hickory Steakhouse, I think it was called. Oh my gosh, it was the best steak I've ever had. 22-ounce ribeye. That's all I had.
22 ounces?
22-ounce ribeye. It was so good.
Why would you need 22 ounces of meat? That's so much.
That was the only choice.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, the 16-ounce was the exact same price, so I just opted for the 22-ounce.
That's amazing, Adam.
We should post this on the gram real quick. Tell people to get over here.
I loved it. It was they had a little a river inside. It's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a greenhouse indoors, and a river that runs inside, and there's a boat ride you can take, and that was fun. Paige wanted to do that before, like we get there, and she's like, I got to do the gondola ride before we go. I was like, it's a deal, no matter what.
How was it?
It was fun. It was like the history of the resort and stuff like that, and they talked about how the water got when it flooded. I think they said it flooded in like 2008 or 2010 or something like that. The water level inside that area went, and the whole resort was like at the 11.5-foot mark.
Wow.
And it was crazy. You couldn't even tell. They did a really good job renovating it, so you couldn't even tell. Bama Pickens up in the house. Good evening, y'all. Sounds like a Bama comment.
That's right. That's right.
I reached out to John, Gary, after you and I spoke. I reached out to John. He's in. We're gonna no spoiler alert.
No spoilers.
He's in. He's in for that idea.
Something cool's coming.
Oh yeah. SSK Promo, what's up, Ken? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And Anthony C is here as well. In a box in the garage. Howdy. How are you? Why not is right. Why not is right.
About the 22-ounce steak. Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
This is a lot.
Granted, it was a $75 steak.
Still.
Well, it's enough to split with almost 6 people.
There were 8 of us at the dinner table that night, and each one of us got our own cut of something.
Did you finish it?
A serving of meat.
Heck
is
yeah, I finished it. The bone was probably 6 ounces of that. To be honest with you, it was.
Do they weigh the bone whenever they weigh a steak? Well, I guess you'd have to. How would you subtract for the bone? That was a stupid question.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be used to knowing how to answer that question the way meat. I understand. Which actually, I will. I did a Ask Me Anything out there on Instagram to see if anybody had any questions for us this evening, just to kind of get the ball rolling. And I will ask the first one because it's specific. Well, not. It's kind of geared towards Rachel. And the question is, who likes meatloaf for dinner? I know this is totally random. Is vegan meatloaf a thing, Rachel?
Yeah, for sure it is. There's a lot of ways to make a vegan meatloaf. And I've made a couple. When I was a kid, my mom would make meatloaf and she has this bomb like sauce recipe as like a glaze for the top of her meatloaf. I'll tell you, it's a mustard base, but it's sweet also, and it's just amazing and delicious. And I've tried to replicate it a few times with use like ground up hamburger, veggie hamburger meat, and you can use applesauce as a binder and oatmeal, and like it's pretty tasty.
That's the first I've heard applesauce in meatloaf, but
applesauce is good as a binder, like instead of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it in a cake even. It's just a good binder is why you would use it.
So ketchup or no ketchup?
No, my mom's special sauce.
Only your mom's special sauce. Lettuce, cheese.
That's it. Yeah.
Sesame seed bun. Something. What about you, Gary? You like meatloaf for dinner?
Oh yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's funny because there's a couple of restaurants around town here that do meatloaf, specials on their menu, and honestly, it's really, really good. You don't really think of meatloaf as like being a restaurant food, but man, it lights up every time. So
I will eat it. I'm not opposed to it. It's just not my favorite meal in the whole world. Paige will make them in a cupcake pan so that they're already in ready to serve sizes and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. You got to have mashed potatoes with your meatloaf, though.
Pretty nice. And corn would be good too. Yes. And then corn on the mashed potatoes.
I just ate.
I don't know. You're saying all this, and I really, really like Salisbury steak and brown gravy and mashed potatoes. That's like a staple, like country. I don't even know if it's necessarily considered country, but to me, it's considered a country.
I feel like it's kind of a country
meal.
dish.
I love that dish. Country fried steak, something like that.
But you put corn in there too, right?
I don't have to have it, no.
Like
but
corn goes on mashed potatoes. Period.
No, not. I mean, I can take it or leave it.
I go for that.
Yeah. The reason is because corn
is crunch to it.
Corn is the same in as it comes out. I mean, it ain't nothing to it. Corn is corn. Anyway. Yeah, no, I could leave the corn behind. Patrick Murphy's in the house. Why, yes, hello, panel and chat, flying by to say hi and light up the chat. Thumbs up. Light up the thumbs up. That's what he's saying right there. So hit that thumbs up, everybody, and get your free sale tonight. Christopher Nutter, how are you? And Melanie says 22-ounce steak. Oh, wow. It was. Believe me. It was. It was a 2-inch cut, too. It was. Man. Gary, are you
cooked to perfection? Yet? I'm sure. I am jealous. Yeah, absolutely. We need to go back to Vegas. Oh, I'm sorry, Nashville. Well, we go to Vegas too.
Christopher Nutter, meatloaf was good. My dad never put the eggs in it to make it rise. So the purpose of like the rice or the breadcrumbs or something like that is what? I know that's supposed to be the grease absorber, right?
My mother never put rice or breadcrumbs in the meatloaf.
I really thought that was like something you had to put in meatloaf or else it was going to be too greasy. Am I wrong about that? I guess so. I mean, you said you never put it in there. So
no, my mom.
Lay off on that then.
Wait, maybe she did put, I don't know. Maybe she put breadcrumbs in it. Come to think of it, I'm trying to remember her making it. Maybe she did put some breadcrumbs in it, like a panko style. If she was here, I'd ask her. They might pop in later and I'll ask. Okay.
Drew Strickland's in the house. You're supposed to chew your corn.
That's why it comes out identical.
That's the problem. Okay. Chrissy says, love corn on most anything. Anything. I like grilled corn. I will say that. Grilled corn on the cob with a bunch of butter. I like that. Roasted corn. That's close to it. There you go. In a cup. Roasted corn in a cup. Never had that. Is that something you get at a fair? How do you make roasted? It's just like you just put it in the cup. I can't envision that.
I guess
having a hard time. All right. Hey, you want another question?
Yes.
Let's ask the other question. What is your favorite midnight snack? Gary, you want to go first?
Beer. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, beer. It's I don't know. I don't really eat after a certain hour.
Or else you turn into a gremlin.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Was the start of as a mogwai, and then I turned into that. But I just don't eat after a certain hour. But if I had to, like if I'm out somewhere, like boiled peanuts are actually really good. Like if I'm camping or something like that, so hit me up in the chat if you're down with some boiled peanuts.
Yes.
And what your favorite flavor is.
Have you ever woke up and just craved something in the middle of the night and you didn't know why, but you just.
Well, now I'm craving boiled peanuts
That's right.
because he's
There you
got
go.
it.
Hit up the gas. Do y'all have any gas stations there, Rachel?
Okay, so I am right at the line of where they think you're crazy in my town for eating them. You go even 30 minutes south and they've heard of them, but here they're just like, do what? And I guarantee you people in the chat right now, they're like, did they say boiled peanuts? And they don't know what they're missing.
Change your life.
Especially if you can get them driving down to Florida at a random gas station.
I was just going to say, on the way to Florida, there's like all these signs, like yard sale
Cajun
signs,
style.
8 different times all the way down to Florida.
It's so good. You can't drive down there without getting some. Like you just can't. We're all 3 Southern enough to know about boiled peanuts.
That's
but
right.
I guarantee you there's folks in the chat that are like, what?
Say, I've got some friends that make them and they taste like apple pie. They have an apple pie flavor that they make.
Somebody hit that thumbs up and I just got a sale. Woohoo!
So, that's really interesting.
Yes, I haven't tried them personally yet. I do, and they're actually going to start partnering with me on my YouTube channel to provide some late night snacks for when we go camping. So that's going to be pretty cool. So you'll hear more about that.
You got to save me some apple pie peanuts, man. Oh my god!
You eat them while we play golf.
Yeah, or I'll just go camping with you next time you go.
Or just do that. Yeah.
Roman's in the house. Hello, everyone. How are you, Roman? Christopher Nutter says, then mix it together and put shepherd's pie.
Oh, I love
it upside down. It's Chinese shepherd's pie.
Huh.
Okay, it's different.
Love shepherd's pie. Oh.
So, what about you, Rachel? Other than peanuts, have you got a different midnight snack that you like?
Like, I feel like most often Drew will make a bag of popcorn. If it's late at night and we've already had supper and we're still like a little peckish, then we'll have popcorn. But the other night, he randomly bust out a bar of like 70% dark chocolate and was like, look what I got for us. And don't tell our kids, but we have a vegan cheesecake thawing out in the refrigerator. We're totally going to eat tonight.
Oh, man.
He had to go out of town to get it. And so we hardly ever get it, but he loves cheesecake. And the Daya brand ones are so good. And I said, hey, thaw that out. So it's in the refrigerator.
Do you put any kind of toppings on your cheesecake or just eat it cheesecake?
I mean, I think they're good with toppings. I love like a chocolate cheesecake or the coffee flavored ones. Oh, they're just so good. But regular is fine too.
Strawberries.
Yeah, throw some strawberries on that.
Strawberries and strawberry syrup. So good. I think my favorite midnight snack would, like, if I was just getting up, hankering for something, it's just have to be a quick little Debbie Dunkin' Donut stick or something like that. A coffee donut.
Those things stick to my teeth. Like, does that happen to you? Like, this is like thing on my teeth for like an hour.
So good. I can see Gary now trying to clean his teeth out.
That's right. All night.
Mexican street corn. Chrissy says Mexican street corn.
Good call. Make that on a Blackstone griddle. If you haven't yet, make that on a Blackstone griddle. You will thank yourself.
Beer is always good, and whiskey is better.
Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
There you go. Drew says, I don't eat after a certain hour either. I just ain't ever found that hour.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when that hour is.
Technically, once it's after midnight, it's also before midnight then, right?
Yeah, technically it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Melanie loves boiled peanuts as well. Christopher Nutter says, Drew, bring the peanuts down. Cajun boiled peanuts. Those are good. Yes. I don't like boiled peanuts out of the can, personally.
That's the only place we can get them here. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Rachel, we need to make a trip down here to Alabama. Man, we sell them at the flea market.
Yeah. They are the best. And you don't even care at that point. I think we might have talked once about like how your sanitation decreases while you're like camping or ultra marathon or something. Yeah. Well, it also does when you're on a trip down to Florida. You're just like, I don't care that this guy's hands aren't clean and he's like got a 5-gallon bucket beside his car of peanuts. Like, load me up.
That's right.
And you'll eat it. Like, I remember one time we were driving back from Florida. And I have pictures on my phone of this. We stopped at this Dairy Queen, and why we didn't leave, I have no idea. We went straight from the Dairy Queen to go get some Pepto-Bismol because it was the dirtiest place. And I was like, we're going to regret this later if we don't. Like, you could tell it was a mistake. And the pictures that I have is Drew chugging Pepto while he's driving down the highway.
That's hilarious. God. That's classic. I love that.
It's bad.
Christy says boiled versus bold.
Bold.
I love that. That's
bold peanuts. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Good call.
Patrick Murphy says favorite midnight snack, 2 a.m. snack, a pre-made leftover. All I need is a fork in the container. I stored it.
That's fair.
But
leftovers from dinner. Yeah.
Okay, leftovers that made earlier that day.
I can dig that.
Christy's in the house. What's up, Christy? Hey, I didn't get my notification, but here I am. Yeah, YouTube's bad about that. I think the Let's Do Lunch notification from last Friday didn't go off for like 20 minutes until it was
really?
Almost 20 minutes into the show. So Christy says, in the gross, dirty water, even I will eat them.
Some guy could be like, we made these in the hot tub earlier. And you would be like, ooh, bowl of peanuts.
That's where the apple pie ones come from, I'm sure.
Bowl of peanuts. So did y'all hear that cha-ching go off?
I thought I heard something. It wasn't mine because mine's always on vibrate over here.
Sold a pair of Hoka One shoes.
Nice.
They do sell, Rachel.
They sure do.
$39.95 plus shipping. That's the second time I've sold those shoes, unfortunately. Here's the next question. How is the training going for your hiking and camping trip? Okay. Not until I read this question preparing for the show did I even begin hiking, training, anything like that. So so it's not going very well, but in my head it's planning very well. How about that? I've got my backpack, my hammock, I've got my sleeping bag, my boots, the socks. Gary showed me about was it Fox River socks or something?
Fox River. Yep.
And so I'm getting the stuff, and now I got to actually put them in motion. I've worn the boots 5 times, wore them all over Nashville. Feet never hurt, so I feel good about those.
Good.
I think I think it's going to be a great trip, and I still got 3 months. So ask me in another month to see.
90 days is enough time to do a total transformation. Yep. If late night TV has taught me anything, it's that. So you'll be ready.
Right.
Yeah, I just got to get started.
Only need 90 days.
You got to put miles on your feet, though. You can't simulate miles on your feet.
No.
So
and I'm debating on whether or not the treadmill is going to be worth it or not. It's good, but it'll be something. It'll be better.
No, because like flat on a treadmill is the equivalent of like a downgrade.
Well, I was thinking incline treadmill, but it's not like
still not quite as
terrain,
good. Yeah, you incline it, it'll help.
So anyway, it's better than doing nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
Dixie Overland, check that out. He asked a question. If there was one item that you found while you're out picking that you would definitely keep for yourself, what would it be? Oh, I know exactly what this would be.
For you?
Yeah. A Ping G425 driver.
I knew it had to do something with golf. Yeah, I thought you were going to say a Scotty Cameron, but
any kind of nice high end. Well, I had a Scotty Cameron and didn't keep it for myself. I could have, but I didn't because I saw the dollar signs more so than I saw how well a putter would improve my game. But I really do think that a good Ping G425 would be a really good way to improve my drive these days.
For sure.
What are you thinking, Rachel? If you found one thing out there for sure you would keep it, no question.
There's a lot of luxury brands I like, but I could still sell. But the first Chanel leather bag I find, there's not a snowball's chance I'm gonna sell it. It's mine.
Keeping it for yourself.
Yep.
What about you, Gary? You got one?
Yeah, I mean, if it was like an old vintage watch of certain brands that I would like. I would have a very, very hard time letting that go because I couldn't see myself ever putting myself to buy it for the price that I just spent on it. You know,
have we talked about your is it Thomas Ford?
Tom
Ford. Tom Ford.
Tom
Ford.
I guess his full name is Thomas.
Have we talked about that watch you got a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, it wasn't a watch. It was a pair of sunglasses.
That's right, sunglasses.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't even talked about that either.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Give the crowd a little story.
All right. So, all right. So Tom Ford is the official supplier to the James Bond movies currently. And back in 2008,
show your tattoo. Just let them know how big of a fan you are.
I was going to say, I have cred here, right?
He's a fan.
So back in 2008, when the Quantum of Solace came out, there was a pair of sunglasses that Tom Ford released back then that were only made for the movie, and they were done in a special case. James Bond 007 on it, had it on the actual arm of the sunglasses. Very limited edition. I ended up buying a pair of the sunglasses back in 2008, and I kept them, wore them, in my little spy game that I play. And I ended up selling them. I think I bought them for a little over $200. Ended up selling them to a guy in Liverpool when I found out how much they were worth. And I think I got about $800 off of those sunglasses whenever I sold them. So anyway, I was on shopgoodwill.com, and lo and behold, what came across but a pair of these sunglasses. I can't even believe somebody donated a pair of these. These are rarer than hen's teeth. And so I looked at them, verified it across all these different, channels that I belong to, and contacts that I have in the James Bond collecting community. And sure enough, they were authentic. And so I bought them, and I ended up paying $300 for them on Shop Goodwill.
No, wait. That's not entirely correct. You said your top price would have been $300, but you ended up spending how much exactly?
Well, my top price was going to be $400. I ended up spending $300. Yes. Okay. And so
I thought it was $301 or $2 or something like that.
Oh, no. Look at that. These come out of nowhere. Midnight snack. So who knows?
Thank you, Thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So thank you, Arm. But so anyway, I bought these for $300 on Shop Goodwill, and shipped to my house and everything like that. I've currently got them listed for $1,000 on eBay. These sunglasses, if they were in brand new, original in the package condition, you could almost name your price. I've seen listings as high as $10,000 for these things. I've seen sold listings as high as $5,000. So again, it's one of those things where when I saw it on Shop Goodwill, and I just typed in Tom Ford on there just to see what would come up, and I couldn't. My jaw hit the ground, and I said, I am not going to be outbid for these. So my wife even asked if I was going to keep them for myself, and I said, the problem is, I had a pair of these at one time, and I can't tell you how many times I dropped them on the ground. And I just couldn't, now knowing what they're worth, I couldn't possibly wear them around because I'd always be scared that I'd scratch them up or do something like that would just kill the value completely.
Well, that's exactly that's the item I thought of when you asked that question. I knew you would have to say something about Tom Ford.
Yeah. Now, if I find something Tom Ford that's in my size or a very nice accessory, then I absolutely will do that.
So do you recognize any of these sunglasses as being something of worth money?
Well, anything by Tom Ford is going to be worth money. Usually sunglasses by him, depending on which ones they are, usually go for 150 to 200, usually on average, depending on what they are, Some are a little bit better than others. Some are a little bit more in style. Now, here's the thing too, is that these still have over a day left. The high bid on the sunglasses that I bought were $70 until the last 20 minutes, and it jumped all the way up to $300. So somebody wanted them as bad as I did. Not as bad as I did. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. So if you ever see Tom Ford sunglasses around, absolutely pick them up without a doubt. Typically, I'll say most of the time they'll probably be real. They're pretty easy to authenticate. They're always made in Italy. They typically are very well made, leather, etc. Just kind of do your homework on them.
That's good. I wanted to read this real quick. Christy said, my husband did Philmont for Scouts. He prepped for 5 months and lost 50 pounds.
It's amazing.
That is really good. Yeah. Okay. That's got me. I got to do something to get my butt in gear because 50
Philmont's
pounds in 5 months.
Philmont's pretty intense too. So I'll say that. Yeah. Philmont's pretty intense. So good on him for doing that.
Drew said, I thrifted a 1955 Ford pickup and I kept it.
Thrifted it.
Did he thrift?
He said if.
Right.
Then he would keep it.
Oh, if I thrifted.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got a little, there's probably a Hot Wheel car or something out there for you, Drew.
Yeah.
All right. That would be a sweet find.
So go ahead. Good. I was going to say, what you do is you go stand outside of the place where you can donate your car to, and they'll give you money, and you just have a sign that says, I'll pay cash for your car instead.
Paying cash right now.
Hiking and walking helps weight loss. I lost 10 pounds since New Year's. Wow, that's really good.
Nice.
That is really good. I enjoy hearing these stories, and it really motivates me, guys. Drew, did you say OnlyFans? Who said that? I didn't say that.
I think he texted that whenever Gary was showing his tattoo. So I'm like, I don't know what he said.
I was going to say my OnlyFans is going live soon. So make sure the link will be in the description.
Eggs are expensive, guys. Eggs are expensive.
Drew said, I found James Bond's teeth. He's crazy. He's nuts.
I don't know what that means.
You said hen's teeth. Maybe you found James Bond's teeth.
Okay. Yeah. Good connection there. I lost that one.
Red Dirt Picker. I pancake a pair of sunglasses at least 2 times a month. You would think I would have learned by now. Sit on them. I'm guessing by pancake. I had a pair of Oakleys and I lost them in a lake, and I found them. But I used to be a lifeguard, so I
found them.
I taught the kids how to do a lifeguard rescue for my Oakley sunglasses.
Oh,
and
nice.
I found them. And then just a couple of months later, when I got back home from that job, I lost them while moving from my apartment to my house. So go figure. Did all that work.
Survived the lake, but didn't survive the move.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. All right. I got one more question, I think, here. What has been the biggest success and the biggest challenge that you faced as a reseller? Ooh, who wants to take that first? Oh, man. Okay. I can honestly say my biggest challenge is every time I have to pay taxes. My biggest success as a reseller, my biggest flip that I really enjoyed a lot was the story when one of my friends at work brought me a brand new Nintendo Wii still in the box, and he just gave it to me. He wouldn't take anything for it. I tried to give him something for it. He wouldn't take anything for it, and he let me flip it. And I said, I'll give you half the money. He said, nope, it's just sitting in my closet. I don't want it. I want it he said he wanted it on a radio giveaway. I was like, dude, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I sold it for like $500 or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but that's probably one of my largest successes. I got it for free and flipped it for $500. That's 500% on your money. I loved it. While I was rambling, did y'all think of a big success or a big challenge y'all have faced in your reselling career?
I got one. So the biggest challenge is for like reselling and being self-employed, not to consume 25 hours of my day all the time. Like I was telling you guys before the show started, if I stayed up all night, I couldn't get caught up like that. There's so much stuff to do right now. But then like reflecting on my biggest success, like I've lived in this house 16 years. And when I moved in here, I was unemployed. My son was 3 months old. I remember when he went to kindergarten, still not having a whole lot of money. Like I had went to work as a realtor at that time, but like PTO was $2 to join and I didn't have the $2. So I didn't even join PTO then. And so sometime over the last 10 years, because he would have been 5 or 6 then, even with real estate, I was always looking for side work. I was always looking for something to try to like make ends meet. And through reselling, like I pulled myself up out of that, you know what I mean? Like nobody was there. I mean, while you have all these YouTube videos and everything, I'm in a place now, like to think last year going in and trying to, to pay cash for a vehicle from 10 years ago, not having the $2 to join PTO, like that to me is the biggest success in reselling because there's no college education required here. The entry level is 0. You can start with stuff in your house and the only limit is the one you put on yourself. Like if you want to make $1,000 a week, if you want to make $10,000 a week, you can do that. And I'm like, I just wish everyone knew about reselling, that they didn't have to pursue conventional education in like a 9-to-5 or a salary position, because like I've been broke. Yeah. I've been there to where we ate pasta, we ate ramen noodles because it's what we had, and now I'm like, my son was at the book fair today and I just let him pick out whatever books he wanted. And like, that seems like a small thing for a lot of people, but it's big for me because 10 years ago I wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I totally get it. That's your biggest challenge and your biggest success right there.
Like all rolled up.
Yeah. I love it. That's a really good story. Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. I lost it. Drew says the biggest challenge is shoving everyone else out of the way.
Got to work on your stiff arm.
Yeah. Flips Fun's Fun showed up. What's up? Josh, I guess that's Josh. It could be Brittany, but I bet it's Josh.
Probably.
Gary, you got a big success or a big challenge you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think I got one of each. So I'll save the success for later. But as far as the challenge, again, I've been doing this a while, kind of piddling around, but I've been doing it a while, last couple of decades. And I think the biggest challenge has been watching how you acquire items shift. Again, it used to be you walked into Goodwill or walked into a thrift store and you'd run out of room in your car to put everything and you've spent $50. Now you go in there and it seems like everything is trying to compete with eBay on pricing. Everything is trying to, make the top dollar of profit for everything that they're taking in, etc. And I'm down for the idea of staying profitable. I'm a capitalist, so I get it. But at the end of the day, it's like it's been a challenge to adapt to how you go acquire items. I've been hitting up a lot of bin stores lately. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace. I looked on Shop Goodwill for ways to flip items that they're undervaluing, et cetera, et cetera. So just that sort of thing as far as the challenge goes. But as far as the success goes, and at the risk of sounding really, really sappy here, my biggest success is taking you to lunch and showing you what I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what I really consider that my biggest success. I wouldn't even be here right now if it wasn't for your curiosity and saying, why are we going here?
Yeah.
Let me show you real quick. You're gonna really like this.
Goodwill, really?
But yeah, and that
hilarious.
was the thing, is that I think that being able to teach others how you do this and spreading it around and paying it forward like that, I think really, really pays off, and it can change people. It can change people's lives and trajectory of their families and things like that. And I think if nothing else, take a buddy picking, take them picking and go show them what this is all about and show them how they can make a little extra money, especially right now when eggs cost $7 a dozen and gasoline is about to go up to $4 a gallon. Here's how you bust inflation. Go get it, and here's how you do it.
Yeah.
And I think that everybody can do that,
about a year or so after you taught me how to do this gig, we started saying a comment to one another about, I wish we knew how to do this back when we were 20.
Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying so hard to teach my kids how to do this. I mean, and I will say, I think 2023, it's starting to really settle into their brain. Just the other day, and Gary, I told Lydian about you and Marcy and what you guys do with realty, because she came to me and she said, I think through college I might want to do something with realty. And I was like, brilliant. I'm not going to stop you or slow you down. If you want to do your research and get into it, I got 2 people I know who could tell you firsthand how to get started. So the curiosity is starting to set in about, how do I work for myself as opposed to work for somebody else? And then Blake has really started getting into the eBay with me. And I already told you about how Paige is too, but he started taking pictures for me of things, and they're just available on my phone now. And when I'm at work on my lunch break, he's taking a picture of 5 more hats, and I can just list 5 hats on my lunch break. But so I really do. I'm going to say that I think my biggest success has yet to come. I think it's in the making right now, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that, to expound upon your point there, is that if you can take somebody and, especially at a young age, your children, you can mentor a child, you can mentor a teenager. It's a tough world out there. It's a very, very tough, harsh world. And let me tell you, when you're in, everybody probably in the chat knows this, when you're in your late teens, early 20s, that is one of the most challenging periods of your life, mostly because of finances, and being able to conquer that first step and being able to step up that level of the ladder while everybody's still scrambling to see the ladder, I think gives you such a leg up, in being able to advance in today's world, being able to provide for your family, to establish that family relationship that you'll have going forward, and being able to show your kids how to do entrepreneurship, which is a skill that I don't know, I wouldn't say it's dying, but I think that it's one of those things where people are ready for somebody else to take the helm on something and be willing to consume that product after they make it. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I think that's well said. Well said. Josh says, it's me. It's Josh. Okay. Thanks for confirming for me. Drew says, especially since Goodwill is for the poor people, right?
That's right. Rachel, you want to take that one?
Right.
I think I've got a little bit of this may be a good time to go ahead and share it. So let's do our first segment of Go Home Goodwill.
I just love that cool part so
fantastic.
All right. So if you saw my video, you already know the answer to this question. But this pair of Hoka shoes was at my local Goodwill, and I got to get the comment off the screen. So this pair of Hoka shoes, Bondi 7s, were in my Goodwill, and they looked like they were in really good condition. But Gary, you saw my video, so you know the answer.
I did. Yep.
$29.99. $29.99. Now, granted, I'll be very honest with you. They were in really good condition. They had holes in the back of the heel. So, honestly, even if they were in like flat, let's say they were $10, I still would have debated on whether or not I picked them up to resell, because the hole in the back of the heel is the number one complaint people have about their Hokas, because they wear out so quickly. Which leads me to another question that I'll ask you guys in a second. Let's get to the next one. Here's the next one. A New Wave oven. You guys know I've been selling New Waves lately, right? I've been buying them around $20-25. I think they're on to us because
the jig is up.
$40. $40 now. So you can make maybe about $10 off of that after shipping, resell, taxes, fees, all that good stuff. So I had to leave that New Wave behind. Now I've sold this exact New Wave before for $75. The amber dome with the extension metal ring. So it would have been a good flip if it was less than $25. And then one more, and I took this off of Instagram, and they put you'll see it. They put Jesus Christ across the top, which I kind of wanted to get that out. But the point is, this is a spaghetti jar, a spaghetti sauce jar. And they have it for $3, y'all.
It's not $3 when it's full of sauce.
I was going to say without the spaghetti,
so,
at least it's organic.
I think this one actually kind of wins this round of Go Home Goodwill, You're Drunk. Despite the high prices on the shoes and the New Wave, $3 for an empty glass of classic organic tomato sauce.
Yeah, free jar with every spaghetti dinner. I mean,
so I think that one wins.
That's like a $2 spaghetti sauce when it's full and has a lid.
I know. It's crazy, right? Crazy.
That's insane.
So that's our Go Home. That's all I got for this episode of Go Home Goodwill.
There were other jars around it. I wonder how much they were. That's nuts.
So that was completely crazy. So let me get back to this Hoka conversation real quick. Wait, it's fat-free sauce, they said. So it's classic light. There's a big difference right there. It's slim fast spaghetti sauce. Okay, making up excuses for them. I'm going to tell you a short story, personal story. I bought a pair of Hokas last year. They started wearing out. Like I said, the back of the heel got holes in them. They wore out within like 10 months. Okay. I bought them brand new off of eBay though. Okay. Bought them brand new off of eBay. I reached out to Hoka, and I wasn't honestly sure what the answer was going to be, but I asked them if they had a guarantee on their shoes. And they said, yes, we guarantee our shoes for 1 year, no matter where you bought them. No matter where you bought them. I was like, okay. So I opened a case, sent in my pair of shoes, and they gave me a credit. And I was able to then use that credit for $140 to buy any pair of shoes off their website. And I did. I bought a new pair of shoes. But my thought process here is, what would stop, and is it right or is it wrong? The moral dilemma question here is, let's say I bought that pair of Hoka shoes for $30. Is it right or wrong to then turn that over, go to Hoka.com and open a case and get turn it in and see if it was warranty and if they would honor the 1 year warranty and give me a credit for their website? What's your thought here? You see where I'm leading with this, right?
I'm wondering what's the 1 year from? Like, how did they know 1 year from the ones you bought on eBay? How did that work?
It was the year model of release.
Oh, okay.
So it was, they couldn't have been more than a year old because it was the model of the, last released.
I wonder what the stipulation is as far as mileage with that, because I didn't have my Carbon X for a full year before I wore through the sole of them. Like the bottom, I wore it down because I ran a lot of miles in them that year and I didn't get a full year out of them.
Normal wear and tear is not warranted. It has to be some sort of manufacturing defect. So I think mileage wouldn't be considered because I think that's normal wear and tear. But the back of the heel wearing a hole isn't considered normal wear and tear.
Oh,
A
that's
hole worn on the side of the shoe from bending and cracking isn't considered normal wear and tear. But the sole, basically going flat, because we know Hokas, they don't last very long, right? That's considered normal wear and tear. So where are you on the, where do you fall on the moral dilemma fence on this one? Would you, if you had gotten these shoes for $10 and you knew you could turn them into Hoka to potentially get a site credit, would you do it? Or would you say, nah, that's going a little too far, Adam?
I mean, if Hoka's stating that their warranty is this, that no matter where you buy them, I mean, no matter where you buy them, that they will honor within that year, then really they're warranting the product itself, not necessarily how much you paid for the product, right?
There's no right or wrong answer. Just
if you were to buy a used car, let's say you buy a used car and the car's 1 year old, the manufacturer's warranty still applies, whether I buy it from someone, for $5 down the street, or I buy it off a car lot.
That's a good point.
If the manufacturers are honoring the warranty on the product itself within that time structure, and they're saying, we don't care where you buy it, we're going to stand by our product. I don't see anything wrong with it personally.
Yeah, my mind kind of went to cars also, or even like an appliance or something. Because like when I sold real estate, if there were certain manufacturers' warranties with appliances and things, oftentimes they'd follow the item, not, they're transferable warranties. And it sounds like if Hoka said, no matter where you bought it, then that sounds like a transferable warranty because it's backed up by the date and the manufacturer defect. Now, if it wasn't like, if it was normal wear and tear and it was like a lifetime style thing, like I think Patagonia does that, and there's a few others. Like, I don't know, you're kind of getting into a gray area, and definitely don't do anything that maybe edges on unethical in your own mind, but everyone has their own standards there. But I kind of agree with Gary. It sounds more like it follows the product and is transferable because of the fact that they said no matter where you got them.
So I checked it out on their website when I did my warranty claim, and there's an actual 2 choices. One, I bought them from Hoka.com, or I bought them somewhere else.
Interesting.
See, that's all that matters then.
And they didn't ask me for proof of purchase. They didn't ask me for proof of purchase. They didn't say it, but I'm led to believe they're truly basing the timeline on the model and availability of the model. So like, I don't know. I think Bondi 8's the most current model. So Bondi 7s would have been last year's model, right? So it would stop there. It wouldn't go to 6 and then 5 and then 4. And it stopped there, right? So theoretically, I'm thinking I could have bought these shoes for 30, bought them for 30, opened a warranty claim with Hoka, turned them back in. They get a site credit for however much they're going to give me. Let's just say 140 because that's how much they gave me last time. And then I could turn around and spend that money on Hoka.com, buy a pair of shoes, and then flip them on eBay. Brand new, out of the box. That's my thought process.
I was going to say, I wonder if that's what drove some of the eBay sales on some of those too. Because if you're selling them undervalued on that, and then they purchase them for that, and then they know they can turn around with warranty and take them over to Hoka for the credit, then it's almost like a coupon in a way that they're buying. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's thinking to that level. Maybe not the majority, but I'm sure
just want a Hoka shoe credit. If anyone's got a Hoka shoe credit they want to throw my way, then I need some new running shoes bad right now.
Just food for thought. Scott says, hey, Scott, by the way, thanks for joining us. It's not technically wrong, but it's not something that I want to do.
He said he changed his opinion, though.
Oh,
I could still see that argument, though. I really could.
I like Rachel's example. I think it's ethical. You bought them. You didn't last. They didn't last a year at that price point. You should. Yeah, he totally changed his opinion.
Yeah, and at the end he said, my opinion changes if the company says the warranty is transferable, then I think it's okay.
Yeah. I think it's definitely up for debate, and you could choose a side and argue it well.
But you know what I love is that so many of us were like immediately grabbing one side of the fence and through like this like educational discussion about it. One person that thought one thing may be like, you're right. And I just love that so much about community, that you can talk things over and there's so many brains on it. And you're like, you know what? You're right. I didn't think about it that way.
You mean if we all come to the table, Rachel, and discuss things logically and rationally as adults and not scream at each other, then we could solve problems?
Oh my gosh. It's like
that sounds like hate speech to me.
I love it.
Well, look, I think we may have won another one over too. Red Dirt Picker says unethical in my book unless you knew they were brand new. And then later down here, he agrees with Scott. So I'm not sure which of Scott's comments he's agreeing with. It could be this one. Let us know. Gosh, I've missed so much talking about this.
Missed a lot. It's okay.
Hey, one of y'all need to watch the comments for me. My first car was $100. That was $99 too much.
I feel you on that one. I definitely feel you on that one.
Kim Wan, hey, how are you tonight?
Hey,
are
Kim.
those guarantees transferable from a buyer to a buyer? Yes.
According to Hoka, they are.
According to Hoka's website,
Cool.
it is. So yeah, I think that honestly, you've got to make up your own mind about it, if you can sleep at night after you do it or not, that type of thing. But in the end, I don't think it's taking advantage of Hoka's warranty policies if they have their own thorough check and balance, right? So,
well, at the end of the day, they've assumed the risk and they've assumed the loss on it and all that stuff. It's all factored into how they price their stuff out.
If they don't warranty it, they send them back to you. You pay for your label to send it to them, but if they don't warranty it, if I'm saying that correctly, then they'll send them back to you. So you at least get the shoes back to do whatever you wish to do with them. Probably flip them for eBay and at least go, make your money back at the least, right? Man, Flipping Moose says adulting is hard.
Isn't it though?
Can we be adults? Drew, apparently this is all pointed at Drew. What did he say?
What's up, Drew?
Coco Chewy, how are you tonight? Hey, everyone. Happy hump day. Hope you're all having an amazing week so far. I am. Appreciate you so much. Scott says, my opinion changes if the company says the warranty is transferable, then I think it's okay. Yeah, so see, there you go.
Just like a car, right? Yeah.
Just like a car. Just like
when I bought my car, of course, it came with a warranty. And I was like, can you explain to me how the car warranty works? Because I'd never had a vehicle with the car warranty.
Be careful of the small little writing and everything in there.
Or extended warranties. Yeah, extended warranties are fun.
Stuff. They warned me. Yeah. I'm glad they warned me because after I started asking questions, he was like, okay, so since you've not bought a new car, you're going to start getting things in the mail. And so I just throw them away when they come in.
I got bit real hard on when I bought my wife a Nissan Altima back in 2014 because they were advertising. The billboards were advertising. The signs outside the place were advertising. And they were selling it to me, like verbally saying, lifetime warranty on transmission. The little text that you sign says limited lifetime warranty on transmission, which I wasn't smart enough to realize at that time. No. Thing is, let's say it was, I can't remember the exact numbers. Let's say it was 68,000 miles was the maximum. Mine went out at 69,000 miles. Had to pay a bunch of money to replace it. Fast forward 4 years into the future from that point, class action lawsuit gets opened up on Nissan. Everybody who enters gets their money back. So,
thing is, and apologies to anybody in the chat who happens to be in this, but the auto industry, like especially the sales side of it, is so slimy. It is unreal how slimy it can be, especially with things like extended warranties and things like that. We took my wife's car in one time to have she had a check engine light on. We bought the extended warranty when we bought it, bumper to bumper extended warranty. Well, that doesn't cover this, and this if you read the fine print. And it turned out to be a small crack in the hose that they want to charge us $600 for. I ended up fixing it with some Flex Seal and some clamps. It hasn't come back yet. And that cost me 50 cents.
I also hate how if you don't do the regular maintenance with them, it voids your warranty.
It goes back to the slimy part of it. I'm actually about to have to take my Gladiator into the shop for the back window leaking. And I'm waiting for them to tell me, well, it's because you put these tires on there. That's why and I'm just ready for the fight. because this is what they do.
You're ready for it, man.
You know, and that's the thing is like, do you stand by your product or not? And it's
Carry your
usually not
GoPro.
and it's usually not the manufacturer. Usually it's the dealerships. That's why they call them stealerships.
Oh, I've never heard that phrase before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's huge in the auto world. Yeah.
Check this out. Josh says, we picked up a box of new diapers at Goodwill and swapped them out for our little girl's size at Walmart. That was smart. If Walmart honors it, they honor it.
On. Yeah.
I have actually, to Josh's credit in this, I have heard that places like Walmart or even Target would do this because you get so many when at like the baby showers, when they're, you know, everybody brings diapers for baby showers, right? But they grow up so fast and out of them that I've heard them doing it for that purpose. But then Drew says, did these diapers already have stuff in them? But we need like a constant
one out of every 4.
You guys want him to just sit here next week?
I don't know. The comedy relief is
available?
greatly timed. I love it.
He's funny all the time.
Hey, Jane, good. How are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Question: since IRS has lowered the amount you can earn before receiving a 1099, how soon will the rewards and apps that give money back for using them be considered income, taxable income? That's food for thought.
Yeah, especially some of them that have affiliate rewards, you know, like Ibotta, if you refer someone to them, you get like $5 or $10 or whatever. So technically it's not a coupon or a rebate from something. It is earned income, you know, because I mean, if you look at it like that, especially if you're doing, you know, affiliation on YouTube channel or something.
Yeah.
They've
lowered it a lot.
I'm gonna have to put a sock in my mouth or something.
Okay.
Adam and I, we've had discussions about this coming back from Atlanta. And
this isn't a 4-hour show.
We'll leave you all to think about that question.
Right. From Jan. What Gary thinks about taxes. Hit me up on Instagram if you really know.
Oh, Kim says, y'all, an ambulance slid into my parked car twice during the icy weather last week. That's horrible.
That stinks.
The ambulance did. In your park, man. I'm glad you weren't in it and nobody was hurt though. Was
that 2 separate occasions or it slid into it like hit it once and then slid around and hit it again?
I'm thinking 2 separate occasions if it was noteworthy to say
was it an ambulance that did it?
I'm thinking it's the same ambulance that hit, then got out of the way and then hit again. On an icy road, I mean, the tires will move you like left or right and then hit you again.
They say lightning doesn't strike twice, but man, I'm starting to doubt that.
Adam is going to get 1 million warranty notifications after this video posts. Probably.
Right, yeah.
Oh, she said same occasion. Same occasion.
Oh, okay. But ouch, that still sucks.
Drew said, I bought a can of Pringles at Kroger and returned the empty can to Walmart. Now, I have bought something at I can't remember. I think it was Goodwill. It still had the tags on it. And I took it back and got a store credit at that store. I can't remember if it was Ross or TJ Maxx or wherever it was, but it must have been TJ Maxx because it's literally right beside the Goodwill. So.
You take the empty Pringles can to Goodwill and donate it, and they'll charge you $2.50. You know,
no, $4.
Yeah, that's right, $4 special.
If it's got the lid, they'll charge you $5.
That's right. These are rare.
Ping G, how are you tonight? Hey, Rachel and Adam, I don't recognize the other member. That's Gary.
I am the member.
Dixie Overland.
Gary?
Come on.
Can anybody say that? What is that word right there?
Ascension
to wealth. Okay, growth. I don't read, y'all. I mean, I make videos. I don't read. So I don't know big words like that. I just grew up in Harris County.
Bald peanuts.
Hey, Taylor Exchange, what's up, buddy? Those Goodwill prices were out of control. Busted up Blu-ray players. $15, $20. Yeah, that's why they were still there on Dollar Day, man. And I still turned them away because I didn't notice, but one of them was like somebody must have just flat out dropped it on the corner. It was just all cracked up.
That's why it's so important to have knowledge outside of BOLO list, because like if you're just like paying for a list, for instance, then your knowledge is limited to what's on that list. And if it's so if it's so well known that it's on this list, just imagine Goodwill probably has a list too. They clearly have a list because they know what to price up and they're telling employees what to pull for Shop Goodwill. But if you know about things that no one knows about, like I picked up a knitting machine this weekend at an auction. The auctioneer said, I don't know what this is. And the people around me are like, what is this, Rachel? And I just smiled and stepped forward because I knew exactly what it was and I'd already comped this thing out. It comps out at $1,500. Okay. Mm-hmm. The lady that's used, the lady that's there, it's her family's estate. She says it's a knitting machine. The auctioneer's like, okay, we'll start the bidding at $50. Of course, I raise my hand. Not one person bids against me.
Oh, whoa. Right. Perfect. That's a home run.
You got to like expand your knowledge beyond the things that are bolos, because you guys have never heard of a knitting machine, right? But like Christopher always says, look everything up, right? Mm-hmm. And I saw that and I was like, what is this thing? And I looked it up and I was like, okay, I'm buying that today.
Mm-hmm. I always say, and this is how I learned in the beginning, if I've never seen the name before, I look it up and I'm gonna learn, oh, that's a Target brand or that's a Walmart brand. But if I've never heard of it before, I'm looking it up. No, I was just gonna say, actually, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead, Gary.
Oh, I was just going to say that we need to stop saying I was just going to say. Yeah. So you made another point in your video about how our Goodwill pulls items off of the rack that are supposed to be the 99-cent items tagged and then retags them the next color to let them cycle through another 4 weeks, which, I mean, we want to talk about ethical behavior and things like that. I mean, to me, that's...
I think that's up for debate too. And the reason why I say it's up for debate is because it's their store. If they want to hold on to it, let them hold on to it.
I agree to a point, but if you've set an advertised price and you are deliberately changing prices at the point, I think that treads into the law a little bit. You know, I mean, how many times, and I don't know if anybody in the chat's ever had this happen. You ever get to the register and they tell you it's a different price than what's actually on the item? I've had that happen a few times to me where they say, oh, no, we didn't price that right. You know, well, that doesn't sound like my problem. You know, I mean, this is the advertised price. Am I right? And I'm sure you can make a stink enough about it, but they're just happy to just take it and just stick it in the back and you never saw it, you know. But again, I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but aren't we treading into a legal issue here?
Potentially. Have I told you the story? Gary, you were there. Rachel, did I tell y'all the story of how Goodwill wouldn't sell me something because it wasn't supposed to be there? Like,
it was there.
They sold, like they hired someone new in the back and he was putting stuff out on the floor and it was a Nintendo Wii for $10. I get up to the register and they wouldn't sell it to me. They took it back from me and they wouldn't sell it to me.
They wouldn't even reprice it. Yeah, they were going to send it to Shop Goodwill.
I'm totally baffled by this. I'm like,
so shady.
I don't think that anyway, I think that's a little unethical in the respect of the fact that you had an advertised price. It was on the floor for sale. One of your people made a mistake. You own up to your employees' mistakes, and then you tell them and teach them how to correct it for next time. What was that?
Thunder.
Oh, really? I thought Drew jumped up behind you or something like that.
No, lots of storms here tonight, but that was a lot of thunder.
If we lose Rachel here in a second, we'll know what happened.
I know. I worried about my signal tonight.
Back in college, I worked at Parisian, which is like, I don't know, Dillard's or Macy's or something like that, if you've never heard of it. And we had a big sale going on one time. And one time, our system accidentally priced a Polo Ralph Lauren leather jacket that was $199. It was supposed to be $99. It rang up at $9.99. What are we laughing about? Tell me. Interrupt me.
Drew fell down the stairs. Dang, that shook the house. That was Rachel's stomach.
I'm like dying here reading the chat. Y'all are killing me.
That's Rachel's stomach. That's brilliant right there.
I am always hungry on this show.
You are hungry. You sure it wasn't your stomach and just blaming the thunder? Drew has some bad gas. So anyway, it rang up at $9.99. Okay, for this one person, and that's why we caught it. My manager said, let that lady have it, but then pulled the rest off the floor until it could be corrected into the system. I think that was the right way to do it, personally.
Yeah.
You're not going to sell all of them at $9.99 once you realize you have a pricing mistake, but you're going to honor the person who helped you identify the mistake because they're a genuine buyer.
Well,
that lady said, well, let me go buy some more. And she was like, my manager was like, no, man, we'll honor this one you were going to buy originally, but we're not going to sell them all.
Because, I mean, honestly, doesn't this come into sort of contract law? So if somebody's offering something at a price, you're bound by that price to be offering it, you know, for sale at that price. If I tell you, hey, this phone, I'm going to sell it to you for $50, and then you come bring me $50, you've now agreed to the contract. Then if I say, oh, no, it's $100 now, it doesn't work like that. Like nothing works like that.
Verbal contract, if nothing else.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ping G says, at one time, grocery stores had signs posted that if you are charged more than posted price, you get the item for free. It must be due to a court case. I no longer see those signs. Walmart, in my area, used to have those signs above their registers that said, if it rings up wrong, we'll give you $4 off. Okay. I happened to find something that rang up wrong, but guess what? They gave me the $4 off in their favor, meaning if they had given me $4 off the advertised price that I was expecting it at, it would have been cheaper. So instead of 12, it would have been what, 8, but it rang up for 25. So they took $4 off of 25 and it's 21. I was like, that's still more than I wanted to pay because that's not even close to the advertised price. And I almost got thrown out of Walmart arguing with the customer service rep at that point in time. Paige literally had to pull me away because they had called security.
Nice.
Hey, call yourself a Georgia Bulldog fan if you haven't been thrown out of a Walmart.
I was going to say that about Alabama fan, man. Is Bama still in the chat? Oh, that's hilarious. Kim Wan, our Goodwill will not apply a price to an item that was missed for you while you wait. They say it'll be priced at another time. I've heard of that too. Luckily, mine will do that, but they're going to come back out with a price higher than you would have expected. Like I've nailed it one time. I found a VCR that had no price, should have been priced at $7.99. That's what the majority of the VCRs are priced at. They brought it back out at a price of $12.99. I just left it. I said, forget you. I found it on half price week. It was there still. I tested it in the store. It didn't work. So, oh well. I thought the same thing. I thought someone had fell or had tooted. Oh,
it was really loud.
Yeah, it was really loud.
It scared me because there's one window right here.
You came up with a really good excuse really fast, Rachel.
Yeah, I did.
I want to credit for working tuber into the. I remember what I was going to say, Gary. Okay, we were talking about Goodwill keeping up with the prices and overpricing things. We as a YouTuber community need to like pick 2 brands that are like from Target or Walmart and just blowing it up. Like pick it up, big money, and just roll with that for like 5-6 months
as an experiment to see if they adjust it.
And we do Poof, since I always think it's Free People and it ends up being Poof, and A New Day. A New Day from Target and Poof. Let's make those like the Bolo brands.
Okay, we got to do it. I don't know how we're going to get the whole community on. Maybe we need to make this announcement. Let's hold it to FlipCon. Let's go to FlipCon, make the announcement at FlipCon, and then say, you got to sign this petition and everybody in on it. And then boom, from there, we'll start the experiment.
Make sure you remember make a hashtag, you know, like Poof. There's a hashtag to it. Bolo,
well, we don't want to do anything to give it away, but Poof and what was the other one?
A New Day.
A New Day. Okay. We got to remember that, Rachel. We're gonna start something new and see if Google.
So much of it.
That would be hilarious if they start pricing it at like $12.99 and $25.
Yeah.
I knew that for a fact. They do it. Man, oh man, what a night. I got one more thing I want to talk about before we call it quits this evening. And I made a little intro for it. You know me, I gotta have my intros.
That is pro. Thank
you. I'm getting good.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so have you heard about eBay laying off 4% of their workforce? Is this news to everybody? So according to the news, Reuters News, e-commerce firm eBay made it news yesterday that they'll be laying off 500 employees, representing about 4% of their total workforce. This shift gives us the additional space necessary to invest and create new roles in high potential areas and new technologies. So eBay.
So they can use the funds to pay someone else more.
Sure.
Didn't I just hear something about they're going up on fees somewhere on different categories and stuff like that?
12.5 to 12.9, which I always rolled it up to 13 anyway. So I almost feel like they dropped it when they said 12.9. But I hope that all of these laid off employees see our videos and are like, oh, here's how I actually make money on eBay. I'm not working
Wouldn't that
for
be awesome?
eBay.
That's
working
right.
for me, because they could kill it. I'm gonna make a video. If eBay laid you off, do this.
Yeah.
And I will show you how to list on eBay.
There you go.
Welcome to the tribe. Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that because I didn't know the exact numbers, but I too have been like, I'm a spreadsheet guy. So I build into my calculations 13%. Mm-hmm. But when I started promoting at a minimum of 2%, I went ahead and bumped it just straight up to 15%. So I'm already kind of on the upwards edge of that curve. Hopefully I'm not going to see too much of a difference in that, right? I just noticed we have, so I don't know if it's a record or not, but I love the fact that we've got 28 people watching right now.
All right.
An awesome number. So because of that, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away, the first thing I can think of is a BaldyPal picking t-shirt, valued at around $20. So it'll save you $20. And we're going to do it with the hashtag giveaway. What was it? Rachel,
StreamYard giveaway.
StreamYard giveaway. And it'll be hashtag t-shirt. Notice I said hashtag this.
Now, how do you want them to spell that?
No dash. TSHIRT. How about
the letter T, guys?
Hashtag t-shirt. It goes up to 2XL. So it's small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL. All right, where we at? Watch the tutorial. I don't want the tutorial.
Coco's got it, guys. Follow Coco's lead.
Where, like,
it's on that tutorial page. Just scroll like down, and then there'll be a highlighted section that's like StreamYard giveaway tool.
Start collecting comments. Draw now. Yeah, I never find this.
You need to just make it a star.
StreamYard.com/giveaway.
Did it pop up in your history?
No, it did. It did. All right, choose the broadcast, choose the hashtag. It is hashtag TA.
Listen to me telling the tech guy how to tech.
Red Dirt Picker, you are killing me. That's hilarious.
What did he
say? What did he say, Gary? Where is it? I can't find it in the t-shirts. My BaldyPal t-shirt's worn out. That's Scott. He was the first one to buy one from me. Hey, Jimmy, what's up? Hashtag t-shirt, buddy. Hashtag t-shirt. Everybody put hashtag t-shirt. I can't find Red Dirt Picker's comment. You're saying I shouldn't put it on there anyway, right?
Yeah. Any one of his comments.
I think my store was part of the layout.
No. Keep going.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this giveaway already.
I tried Red Dirt.
Let's do this giveaway. Start collecting comments. All right. We got 13 people. There's 26 now, but only 13 in there. So let's give you another 30 seconds, and then we'll do the drawing. T-shirt? No.
That's what it was.
That's what Red Dirt was saying on a hashtag.
Yeah. I didn't say that. Did I just say that?
I hope not.
I hope not either. We'll have to watch the playback. If we got an instant replay, the rolling on the field stands. All right. All right. That's the Southern way to say shirt.
That's right.
Did I hear that the Super Bowl is this weekend?
Yes.
Sunday, isn't it?
It is on Sunday.
Are you guys rooting? By the way you said that, Adam, I'm assuming you could care less. Are you guys rooting for anyone?
I hope both teams have fun.
I don't even know. Is it Eagles? Is it Eagles?
I have no idea.
Eagles and the Chiefs.
Eagles and the Chiefs. Okay.
I can't believe that we have a culmination of 3 people who have no idea who's even in it.
You talk to me about SEC and I'll know. Okay.
Okay.
So if the Dolphins aren't in it,
So who is it? The Eagles and who?
Eagles and the Chiefs.
Ever since.
Well, I could probably root for the Missouri team.
Oh, sorry.
I would think so. Yeah.
Kim's rooting for the Eagles. Make sure there's a T with the shirt. So that would work. All right. So we got 16. Here we go. We're about to draw. If it ends up being Gary or Rachel, we're going to redraw, y'all. So, all right. Here it is. Oh, present, share screen. I didn't share my screen before. Where was it? There it is. Winner is Sal! Woohoo! Way to go, Sal! Reach out to me on Instagram, buddy, and we'll make sure to get a BaldyPal flipping t-shirt. There's like 3 colors to choose from: gray, black, and white. And there's a sweatshirt. I'll give away a sweatshirt if you want it. I don't care. I'm glad there's so many people here watching us tonight. I really do. And I hope y'all got a sale. If you guys have not in any way, shape, or form subscribed to these 2 brilliant characters up above my head, their YouTube links are down below in the description. Go there, show some love, show some support. Rachel's always making new videos every week. Gary's working on his next big win.
Gary's phoning it soon. In. Yeah.
He had to wait for the weather to warm back up before he could go camping again. But here we go. Any closing comments for the crowd and our fans? Gary, you're on.
Just what I said earlier. Look, go out and inspire somebody this week. You know, show somebody the ropes. Take them with you. You know, give somebody that other out. Because the way the job market is, the way that, again, inflation is and everything like that, everybody could use a little bit extra. There's plenty out there to go get. So maybe take somebody with you.
That's a good one. That's kind of a challenge call right there, buddy.
Yeah.
See if you can get somebody started. What about you, Rachel?
Yeah, you guys are probably doing better than you're giving yourself credit for. So pat yourself in the back real quick. Get up and do it all over again tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you know what? List. It may be one of the hardest things in this job that we do called reselling, but list, because that's the way you're going to hear the cha-ching later on. So that's my challenge to you. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. I had a great time just hanging out and having fun and talking about weird stuff. So I hope y'all will join us again next week. Hey, even if I'm all by myself, I will be here next week. I promise you that. All right? Does that sound good to everybody? Y'all stay safe out there. Have fun picking. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.